Gulf South Conference and its member institutions believe good sportsmanship is an integral part of competition. In order for good sportsmanship to prevail, coaches, student athletes, and fans must display respect, fairness, honesty, and responsibility before, during, and after all athletic contests. We encourage fans to enthusiastically support their team, recognize outstanding performance of opponents, and always exhibit good sportsmanship in their words and actions.
Doing all right. How about you now? There's the man.
No, sir.
There's the man.
I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to be
There's a real bad echo tonight, too. Yeah, there's a real bad echo, so just deal with it, yeah.
With the Valdosta State Blazers and your University of Montevallo Falcons.
Hello and welcome to Trustmark Arena. Austin Gates here alongside Brett Batchelor. So we have a good one here for you today. Montevallo comes in 14-12, 9-8 in the Gulf South Conference against the top team in the conference. Valdosta State comes in 23-2 and 16-1. Brett, what are you looking for your keys to the game?
Keys to the game I'm looking for here is just the Falcons stopping the ball just all around on Valdosta State offensively. They come in here as one of the best teams offensively in the whole conference, so just keeping the ball out of the basket for Valdosta State is a huge key to the Falcons defense.
Yeah, Valdosta State comes in leading the conference in points per game, field goal percentage, rebounds per game, and scoring margin. So this is just an all-around dominant team. They're quick-paced. They shoot a lot of threes. They've got two guys leading the conference in three-point categories. Bo Justice leads the conference with 45% from three from beyond the arc, and he's averaging 21 points a game. And they have Winston Morgan, who leads the conference in made threes per game. He's averaging 3.5 threes a game. So huge from the three-point arc. And we've seen it before. Teams come in here and shoot very well from beyond three. How does Montevallo defend that?
You know, the Falcons tend to play very good, aggressive defense. So you see that a lot from Chris Jones, you see it a lot from Chris Williams, a lot from Deshaun Jones. They can get very aggressive and get their hands on the ball. So I think if they get up on the ball on the perimeter and get their hands moving and keep Valdosta State moving the ball around, not getting comfortable from behind the three-point line, that helps the defense a lot.
Starters for today for Valdosta State: Winston Morgan, Clay Giozzi, Bo Justice, KJ James, and Jimmy Cadet. And for Montevallo, Jamar Gilbert, Chris Williams, and Deshaun Jones will be joined by Julio Guidi and Jeremiah Curtis. Who do the Falcons look for to get some kind of scoring? Because this Valdosta State team is going to score.
I think you have to look at Jeremiah Curtis, the big man. You know, he's very good, aggressive down low, but he's also a guy that can shoot the 15-footer at the top of the key very well. So you can get the ball moving around, get it inside to him. He can still pull up an open jump shot. And then Chris Williams. Chris Williams has been one of the leading scorers all year long. He's a guard, but he's not afraid to go inside and get strong, go to layup, and get to the line. So I think those are the two guys the Falcons have to look at early on in the game to get points on the board.
As we see Cadet and Guidi they will jump for the opening tip. Already a whistle before the opening tips. Guidi wins the opening tip. Chris Williams grabs it, and he will control the offense for Montevallo. Gives it off to Deshaun Jones on the wing, and Guidi will go in. Inside to Curtis, back out to Gilbert. Jones inside Guidi. Guidi goes through Cadet, puts it up and in, and Guidi draws first blood for the Falcons.
That's exactly the start you're looking for with Montevallo. If you're going to win this game, you have to stay aggressive offensively.
And there's a quick answer there from Valdosta State as Bo Justice puts that one in. 2-2 quickly. Jamar Gilbert mishandles it, but has possession, not pressured. Guidi to Jones. Offensive foul on Jeremiah Curtis. Moving screen.
33, Jeremiah Curtis, first
if you're the Falcons here, those are what you're going to have to look away from because, like we said, Valdosta State comes in as such a good offensive team. Those are things that you're going to have to not do throughout the whole game.
They're just so quick-paced, and they're all fast. So bringing it forward is Winston Morgan. There it is to Justice. GOZ. Back around to KJ James. James steps in, back out. GOZ goes in, puts up the 2, and knocks it down. Gilbert will bring it forward for the Falcons now. Jones on the wing. Guidi dribbles, hands off to Jones. Puts up the layup, misses it. Guidi goes up and tries to put it back. GOZ in the corner for 3, misses it. Rebounded, Guidi. Gilbert will push it forward. And a travel by Gilbert.
And again, that's the second offensive turnover we see now. The Montevallo is going to have to I think the Falcons understand how good Valdosta State is, but just to keep yourself in this game, you have to stay calm and relax and not force offensive turnovers like that.
GOZ brings it around. Back out to KJ James, who thought about pulling it. He'll drive in the free throw line. Get back out to GOZ. From deep. That one misses off back iron. Williams with the rebound. Williams will go in, puts it up, and gets fouled. So Williams will go to the line.
That's exactly what we talked about before the game. One of the scores that Montevallo's going to have to look to is Chris Williams, and it's exactly what we talked about before the game. Williams, even though he's a guard, he loves to go inside, and that's exactly what he did right there.
Williams shooting 83% from the line. Makes the first. Tyler Bruff will check in for Jamar Gilbert.
Chris Williams is one of the more reliable free throw shooters for the Falcons, so getting him to the line all day will be key.
Bruff had a huge game against Valdosta State last time. Hit 7 threes in that 139-135 game that the Falcons lost in triple overtime. And makes that one. Bruff actually hit the buzzer beater 3 to send it to overtime. There's Cadet, misses that one, rebounded by Williams.
Good start for the Falcons defensively.
Falcons have numbers. They give to Jones, puts it up and in. 6-4, Montevallo takes the 2-point lead. And now Morgan will bring it forward. GOZ. Gives to Bo Justice. Justice goes in. And it's going to be a foul on Guidi. No, on Jeremiah Curtis, actually. So Alex Medencia will get set to check in.
This is something we've seen a lot from the Falcons lately. You know, past 3 out of 4 home games, Deshaun Jones has gotten into foul trouble early. He's had to lead for much of the first half. And a big man like Jeremiah Curtis with 2 fouls before even the 3-minute mark in the half, it's not something you want to see, so he's going to have to sit back on the bench for much of this first half.
Right, and Medencia, he can shoot that long too as well, and he can hit a couple threes. We've seen him take a couple threes as Justice hits that one as well. 6-6, 17 left to go in the first half. To give to Jones, who loses it. Just could not control the pass.
You know, despite losing 3 out of their last 4 games, the Falcons have shown that they can play with teams like this. You know, at Valdosta State earlier in the year, they went to triple overtime, and the Falcons are a team that just seem to play to who their opponent is. If the team's a little bit worse, they might play a little bit worse. If they're a little bit better, they play a little bit better. So if you're the Falcons here, you're probably not as scared as you would think other teams might be.
The Cadet misses that one. He misses his second 3 of the day. And Valdosta State comes into this one hot. They are going for their 17th win in a row. That one misses. Chris Williams, Guidi with the rebound. Forward, Williams thought about the 3. Goes in, baseline, back out to Guidi. but it falls back to Chris Williams after it is batted away. So Deshaun Jones at the top. Jones goes in with the left hand. A foul on 20, KJ James.
Second team foul.
Hey, 19 without.
Jones brings it around, gives it off to Williams. Guidi inside, goes up, right hook, too strong. James brings it forward. The handoff to Giozi, who goes up with the left hand, misses. Rebounded, KJ James. Back, Giozi. Inside. There's Bo, who misses. Williams will bring it forward.
Despite Valdosta State missing a lot of these early shots, they've shown that they're not scared to continue to take these shots at all.
Hey, get back! Get 4 off of it. Push up by the man, Alex.
Good to Guidi. Round to Deshaun Jones. Jones goes up, puts it up with the right hand, misses. Rebound, gets his own rebound. And will dribble it back out with a new shot clock. 15 left to go in the first half. Tied at 6. So a foul on number 3, Winston Morgan right there, and that will be a media timeout. So we will take a short break here with them. We'll be right back on Montevallo for you.
Attention real quick for cheers, cheer. This is our last game, last couple home game for our 2 special projects. We're still selling t-shirts in child hunger. Our goal was to sell 1,000 t-shirts. We're about 10 t-shirts away from achieving that goal. You guys can help me with that. Also, at the halftime of this game, we've been wearing pink the whole month of February for breast cancer awareness. 2 sisters and a mom that are survivors, all 3 cancer survivors. We're going to try to raise enough money in this halftime here to pay for someone a free mammogram that's needy in our county. So please, any change you have, y'all will be able to put the bucket group that come around halftime to the next
Back in Trustmark Arena, Montevallo taking the floor. The 5 for Montevallo: Julio Guidi, Deshaun Jones, Tyler Bruff, Chris Williams, and Alex Medencia. We're tied at 6. 5 minutes into this game.
Tyler, you're 12. Chris, 21. You have 21.
Bruff will inbound it for the Falcons. Inbounds it to Deshaun Jones, who brings it forward. Jones goes to his right. Puts it up with the right hand, knocks it down. And the big guy for Valdosta State is in there, Justin McBride. They list him at 6'11", but he just looks so much bigger than that.
He's the biggest man on the court by far.
And a travel there by number 24, Greg Zupas. It's also a big-time coaching matchup. Mike Heffler in his 12th year, Danny Young in his 15th at Montevallo. They're 2 very experienced, very successful coaches going at it today. Jones hands it off to Medencia. Puts it up, misses it. Guidi with the rebound. Tries to go back to Medencia and throws it away. Winston Morgan goes forward. He loses it on the way up.
Jump ball.
Jump ball. And Zach Jackson will get set to check in for the Falcons.
One thing that makes Justin McBride look so big on the court too is he's the tallest player on the court by 4 inches. Just big. So just seeing him alone, just standing next to everybody else, being over 4 inches taller than everybody else, just makes him look huge.
And just the body mass too. Like, that's a big man.
He palmed that
as he
ball
misses the
one
shot there. Williams goes in and gets hooked around the face. So that's on 34.
First personal on the 14.
Anything above the shoulder.
Chris Williams shoots 2 for Montevallo.
So Williams will shoot 2.
Shoulder. It wasn't his face.
With 13:49, Williams will shoot 2. Makes that one.
Somebody like Chris Williams who loves to go inside and be aggressive can really get Justin McBride in foul trouble. So a guy of that size against Chris Williams can really help the Falcons out in a big way.
And he makes that one as well. Falcons extend the lead to 4.
He swiped him across his face right there.
Let me see the replay.
Not yet.
Bo Justice will bring it forward to give to Justice. The drive with his left. Tries to put up a ridiculous reverse layup. And Bruff comes down with the rebound. And then thrown away through the hands of Zach Jackson. So Tyler Updike will get set to check in.
Tyler Updike.
One thing that helps Valdosta State is, you know, we talk about them being such a well-rounded team. Only one player on their roster is coming from a high school. All the rest of them are either junior college or college transfers. They're all already experienced in the college atmosphere.
Right, a very experienced strategy, and that one thrown away. Trying to get it to McBride. Now Tyler Johnson in also for Valdosta. The handoff, Zach Jackson to Updike. Bruff, Justice giving him a little bit of space. Inside, trying to get it to Jones, but he cannot handle the pass. Coach Young liked the pass.
It's a great look from Bruff there. Bruff's a guy that's being able to get the ball. He's a very good shooter from deep, but also a very smart player in general.
Johnson brings it forward to give to Shiflett. Johnson tries to get it to McBride. It's stolen by Montevallo. Jones will bring it forward. And he'll go himself and loses it. 2-on-1 break. Shiflett goes up. Blocked by Guidi. Rebounded. Again, blocked by Guidi again for the second time. And Jackson will get called for the foul.
This is great defense there by Julio Guidi. And Julio Guidi's been out these past couple games, and to have a guy like that that can bring that force is exactly what this Falcons defense needs.
Guidi with the chase down, and then
again,
LeBrian Shiflett regained his pass and tried to shoot it up again, and Guidi came down with the second block on the possession. Justice, floater in the lane, misses it, rebounded by Bruff. Jones brings it forward. Montevallo leading 10-6.
Getting points on the board just in any form or fashion here, whether it be a 2 or a 3, would be such a good momentum swinger for the Falcons.
Jones loses the ball. Valdosta State. And it will be a media timeout, so we will be back. 11:48 left to go in the game.
I think it's when you're pushing your foot on the court. I went in there and I went in there.
Keep up with the Montevallo Falcons online. The latest news, scores, and statistics available at MontevalloFalcons.com. Like the Montevallo Falcons on Facebook and follow the US Falcons on Twitter and Montevallo Falcons on Instagram.
Crazy. It's crazy. The offensive team that we said Valdosta State would be, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So 11:48 left. Bo Justice with 4 points leads the Blazers. Chris Williams and Deshaun Jones both have 4 points for the Falcons. Inside to McBride, and he puts it up and in, his first bucket of the game. 11:30, Chris Williams bringing it forward.
That bucket right there puts Valdosta State just 3 of 13 shooting.
Gilbert misses short. Carlos Jones in the game now for Valdosta. Bo Justice and a moving screen on McBride.
Good aggressive defense from the Falcons here so far is what's been able to keep Valdosta State to just 8 points and only 3 of 13 shooting.
In the first
Valdosta State's 0 of 5 from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's huge for the Falcons here so far. Montevallo had not taken a 3 before that. Jamar Gilbert 3. Jackson, round to Updike, back to Gilbert. He'll drive to his right, and he'll get ripped by Carlos Jones. Jones goes up, and this is it. And then a dunk putback missed. Guidi blocks it from the big man McBride. Guidi's 3rd block of the game, and Jackson with the reverse layup.
It's great defensive presence by Julio Guidi to get in there and get big for his 3rd block of the game so far.
2nd block of the game on the stat sheet. 3rd block in our hearts. Bo Justice tries to go inside. That one's going to go off of Guidi, out of bounds. So Valdosta. So McBride will come off, and KJ James will come on, and Bo Justice will take a breather, and Winston Morgan will check back in. Jones will be the inbounder. Probably try to find Morgan, but he does not. James thought about pulling it from deep and ripped away by Jamar Gilbert. He's got such quick hands. They give it to Updike, who puts it in, and the foul. But Tyler Updike, through contact, puts it up and in.
Tyler Updike's not a guy that you usually see go through contact like that. He's kind of like Bruff that like to take the outside shots, but going inside like that is something that's great to see.
And a beautiful vision on the pass there from, I believe it was Deshaun Jones, or no, it was Chris Williams, I think, that had it. Beautiful vision on the cut.
Valdosta State foul 2, Carlos Jones first personal, 16 foul.
14-8, chance to make it 15 here. And he misses.
Smurf's first miss from the line for the Falcons.
Bruff will get set to check in. Morgan. Is to Jones. Goes to his right. Go in, back out. KJ James from deep. Misses that one. Rebounded by Williams. Williams pushes forward. Through 2 defenders. Goes in.
Great
loses
pass.
it. And it's going to be Valdosta ball.
In the game for Valdosta State, 23, Jimmy Coda. Returning for Montevallo, number 12, Tyler Bruff.
Falcons going with a small lineup here.
And all small. He'll probably go 4 out and put Zach Jackson down in the middle. He's played like a big this year in places.
Exactly.
And a block on Updike
Montevallo foul.
as GOZ falls.
First personal.
You know, Zach Jackson listed at 6'4", but he plays like a lot bigger than 6'4". He's got some crazy hops. Can get there. We've seen some big dunks from him so far this year, some great rebounds. So only being listed 6'4", it's not a problem to have him playing down low.
Cadet has come in now for Valdosta. James inside, and what great good defense by Updike. Updike has it. He's calling a timeout. Nice effort there by Tyler Updike. 8:55 left.
By Montevallo.
The 30-second timeout. They put 29 on the shot clock. So 14-8. There's over half of this first half is gone. What are you, if you're Coach Young, what are you telling your team right now?
I think you're telling your team to stay aggressive on defense. You know, Valdosta State's 0 of 5 from behind the arc. They're only 2, now they're 4 of 14 shooting. So if you stay aggressive on defense, keep your hands around the ball, not necessarily on the ball because that would draw fouls, but keep your hands around the ball, then it helps you so much more defensively, and it turns defense into offense and helps grow your lead.
So Gilbert will bring it forward for the Falcons. Gilbert at the top. He'll go in with the left hand. Misses. Rebounded by Cadet. Forward to Morgan. Carlos Jones will shoot 3 and miss that one. And Cadet tips it in, though, for 2. 14-10. Deshaun Jones will get set to check in for the Falcons. Williams brings it forward, being guarded by GOZ. Updike. Chris Williams with the spin move, puts it up, couldn't get it to go, but Jackson tips it in. 16-10, Montevallo leads by 6.
So far the Falcons tonight are showing that they're not scared to be aggressive. They're not scared of Valdosta State at all, and they're getting big the whole night. They're showing that they're just as fast as Valdosta State as well.
GOZ throws it around to Morgan. Back to GOZ, who goes back right. The travel on GOZ.
Timeout on the floor, the media timeout.
So a media timeout.
Please welcome to the floor the UM.
There's 7:45 left. We will take a timeout here. We'll be right back.
Nathan Morgan for three. Traveling. Returning for Falcons, Julio Guidi. Williams. Montevallo foul 0, Zach Jackson. Second personal. 15 foul. Alex Benedict returns for Montevallo. Julio Guidi. Chris Williams, 3-point basket. Montevallo foul number 2, Chris Williams, first personal, 16 foul. Timeout on the floor. It's an immediate timeout. Please welcome to the floor the UM dance team.
Back in Trustmark Arena. Montevallo leading 25-20. 3:15 left to go in the game. Inbound it, GOZ. Justice puts it up, but can't get it to fall. Williams will push it forward.
Chris, in the middle. That way. Let's go.
You give to Gilbert, hands it right back to Chris Williams. Inside to Guidi. Guidi tries to pass it to Medencia, cutting in. James will bring it forward. Ripped away by Chris Williams. He's going to be all alone. Goes up, easy lay-in.
Defense so far from the Falcons has led to so many offensive points.
GOZ goes up, misses it. James with the lay-in, misses that one. Rebounded by Guidi.
It's a wild 30 seconds there.
Julio.
2:20 left to go in the first half. Montevallo leading by 7. Williams at the top. 10 on the shot clock. Williams goes. Pulls up from 3. Misses that one. Rebounded by Bo Justice.
Only the third three taken by the Falcons with under 2 minutes now to go in the first half.
And Tyler Bruff will get called for the hold. Off ball. James makes the first one from the free throw stripe. Two minutes left to go, and he makes that one as well, 27-22.
Valdosta State has 5 guys on their roster that are averaging double-digit points so far, but only Bo Justice is the only person on the team that scored more than 4 points for Valdosta State. So give credit to the Falcons defense there for holding their offense to not as much as what you would think they would provide.
Williams goes in, tries to kick it back out through the arms of Valdosta State. GOZ looked like he walked right there, but gave it to Morgan. Inside, Guidi tried to go. Medencia comes up with the steal. Williams goes up by himself and misses that one. Justice pushing forward. Goes up, too strong, rebounded by Medencia.
Slowing it down here is exactly what the Falcons needed. A crazy last minute and a half, really. Not a whole lot of slow, just a lot of fast breaks and everything like that. So using the clock here is exactly what they need to just kind of calm down and get the offense set up.
A minute left to play in the first half. Gilbert hands it off to Bruff. 10 on the shot clock. Medencia hands it off to Gilbert, who goes in with the left hand, too strong. And a foul on Gilbert.
Foul 1, Jamar Gilbert, first personal. 18 foul.
And so Justice will shoot 2 from the line.
Bo Justice shooting 1 and 1.
Or 1 and 1. 46.6 left to go in the first half. Justice, a 90% free throw shooter.
3 of 3 on the day now.
Makes that one. 4-point lead for the Falcons. Justice to cut it to 3. Makes that one as well.
Justice already in double-digit points now for Valdosta State as well.
Gilbert will bring it forward for the Falcons.
Looks like Valdosta State will have the last shot here, too, of the first half after the Falcons' possession.
$15 on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock.
Downhill, go!
6 seconds.
Gilbert goes up, puts it up. Easy lay in right there. Made it look easy anyway. A timeout, Valdosta State, 30-second timeout. 18-2 left to go in the first half. And what do you have to do here to, who are you defending most right here?
I think you got to look at Bo Justice. You know, he's the only player for Valdosta State that is in double-digit points. He's been their best player the whole game, most consistent. And Valdosta State's been a little wild on their shooting, which is something you would not expect. But right here, so far in the game, you have to guard their best player, and that is by far Bo Justice.
Right, he's their leading scorer. He's started every game for them. Shooting 45% from 3.
That's where I think you have to look here. You have to get, I think right here it's okay if you give up a 2, but you don't want to give up a 3 and give Valdosta State that momentum going into the second half. I think right here you would probably most likely expect to see the Falcons guard the perimeter and not give up any easy shots for such a good shooting team. Bo Justice is over in the corner.
15 seconds left. Giozi has it at the top. He pushing everybody down. Give to Zupas.
Here comes Justice.
Guidi knocks it away. 4.2 left for the Falcons. And Jones will check out and get Chris Williams.
Deshaun Jones, a very
So
good
4.2.
defensive player. It's probably a smart substitution there.
Inbounds it. Guidi tries to tip it. James inside. And Bruff just got tackled. He puts it up and knocks it in. 26. So 29-26 is going to be how they end halftime. Yeah, 29-26, 3-point lead for Montevallo going into halftime. So we'll take a break right here for halftime in 15 minutes. Join us back here on Montevallo for You.
blessing to have these kids stick through this for 4 seasons. I think they're the most excited. They keep calling them the awesome six, the super six that have made it through this year and through their 4 years. I've seen more excitement and more drive and more leadership out of them in a long time. I think it's finally sinking in that they've created this and developed this program, and they're ready to leave their legacy. So I'm excited to see them succeed both on the field and in the classroom. We had our best semester ever. We're ranked in the top 20 in the country for our GPA in the classroom. The grit on the field, this team chemistry is pretty awesome, and it's a true testament to the senior class right now. You know, they've just set the standard and the expectation. I mean, practice plan is always available and ready, but the tempo and the pace and the dedication is driven by the senior class and the players on the team. They get out here and get it done. I mean, there's days that we tell them to take the day off and they're out here getting more reps in, but they just want it bad this year. I think we all have a little chip on our shoulder with preseason rankings, and so it's just been a good motivation and a good group of girls to say, hey, we're gonna get this done as a team, we're gonna do it the right way. So it's exciting to see them want to be successful and go out with a bang.
I think we have a lot of new strengths this year. Pitching will definitely be one of them with the addition of 4 more pitchers to Abby. I think we're going to be really sound defensively, and we should really hit the ball this year. As you know, the Gulf South is a great conference, just like the Peach Belt, so I think it's going to be a lot of great competition, and I think we should succeed really well. It'll be a great test for us.
You know, this group of incoming kids is an impact group. They're going to step in. They've done a lot of serving time for us. Alexis Bonanno's jumped in and become our starter right now out of the gate. They bring some passion, some confidence, some fire. They've had success at their levels, at the JUCO level, and are bringing that here. And they haven't skipped a beat. They don't act like they're new. They don't act like they're afraid. So it's really nice to have some leadership and played at the highest level jump in and make an impact immediately.
So far, honestly, this is probably going to be the best season in our program history. I feel like that we have a bunch of amazing hitters on our team. Our defense, I feel like, is probably the best defense I've ever pitched behind.
Chemistry, our staff is probably the finest it's been. We all get along, we all have the same mentality. She's brought some fire and passion in the offensive side of the game. Our kids are a lot more confident and willing to swing a bat. She works them hard, has the same expectations as I do, and our kids don't skip a beat no matter who's coaching them. And she brings a lot of expertise of playing at the college level and at the highest level, and she loves the game, and just her personality is awesome to have on the staff. Obviously, we want to win. Our expectation is to win and win often. We've done a very good job at playing these opponents in our preseason in the previous years, and we've had a lot of success. So again, being picked 12th right now is tough to swallow, but we're going to just keep being that silent proof every week that we can get it done and we can compete. We're going to stay true to ourselves and our team style, and we're going to find a way to win every day.
I am becoming an intramural athlete.
I am becoming an SGA senator,
a competitive cheerleader. I am becoming a student government treasurer,
an event coordinator,
a Harvard research intern,
a scholarship recipient, a leader in my sorority.
I am becoming a professional news broadcaster,
a medical doctor,
an elementary school teacher, a financial analyst.
Become more than you ever dreamed possible with a degree from the University of Montevallo. Your future is waiting. What will you become?
Hi, my name is Katie Johnson, and today I will be reading for you the story of Reynolds Hall. The building now known as Reynolds Hall was one of 2 constructed in 1851. It was founded by 2 Presbyterian ministers with the financial support from the Cumberland Presbyterian Church and the surrounding townspeople. Both academies unfortunately closed. With war sweeping across the South, Reynolds Hall would soon become a historical landmark in Montevallo. As one of the oldest buildings on campus, the building developed its own ghost story. As well as being the school's founder, Reynolds was in charge of the building during the Civil War, while it functioned as a hospital for wounded soldiers. To this day, students report hauntings in Reynolds Hall, and maintenance workers claim that a portrait of Reynolds himself mysteriously moves around the building without being touched. So next time you're in Reynolds Hall, keep your eyes peeled.
There's something about the outdoors, the challenge of the pursuit, the preparation for something greater, a dedication to a craft, and the responsibility for generations to come. An opportunity found nowhere else in the country. The President's Outdoors Scholars Program, only at the University of Montevallo.
This is the College of Fine Arts.
I think the biggest appeal of Montevallo is the campus. Once I came to visit, I kind of just fell in love with the atmosphere. And as I got to meet more and more people that worked here and students that were going here, I just kind of fell in love.
To me, I guess the university means family. And even the relationships with your professor here is kind of different. They're not so much your superior, especially when you get into your upper level classes. They more become a mentor or just a friend who can really help you and knows what you want to do with your life.
When you are in a small classroom, whether you're sitting in the back or the front, you're still a part of the class. And your professors here, they know you by name. You walk into the caf and they're having lunch and they say hey to you because they actually know you. And I have not met a professor here that does not genuinely care for their students. Whether it's you want to just stop by their office and say hey, or you need to schedule a meeting, they will do anything they can to help you succeed.
My experience at Montevallo has been great. I believe that I've met so many lifelong friends here. From my freshman year to now, I've met many different people. I've made many connections with networking as well. And the people here, once they get to know you, they won't forget you because it's so small that you're not running into hundreds of people a day. You might really leave that impression on them. So I believe my experience here has been awesome.
I think personally I wouldn't have gone Greek at a larger campus or a larger school just because you get lost in the crowd and you can't relate to everybody that's in the different sororities and fraternities. But here at Montevallo, I know all of the people and it's more of a unification and it's an entire group of people who embrace diversity and embrace acceptance, and that's what Greek life is here, is being yourself and other people who are like you.
Being an athlete was originally not in my plan for college. And when I came here, I actually fell in love with the facilities and I fell in love with the coach and I fell in love with the teams. Ever since I've come here, I've been supported not only by my teammates, but also by the rest of the community as a whole. The facilities themselves are incredibly unique in that they are very high grade for what size of a school we are. And that being said, we have tremendous support from our community, from our faculty, from our staff, and from the other students. And furthermore, we have had great teams and great success at athletics ever since we've even begun.
Nothing is too far away. You have everything that you need right beside the University of Montevallo or on campus. We have food places on campus, we have the library, we have anything you can think of on campus, so you don't really have to leave.
This has been by far the best college experience I could have asked for, and this is the place to come if you want something that is going to last a lifetime and you're going to make those friends and those networking connections that you're not going to make anywhere else.
I didn't want to be just another person in the class or just another person walking around campus. Here I feel like they actually know me and they know me very well.
For me, the University of Montevallo means having a home away from home. I only live 30 minutes away, but it's kind of a comfort zone. You're really given every opportunity to thrive in no matter what environment you're wanting to be in or whoever you want to be, and you're accepted for it.
This school offered a unique education that no one else offered. It offered a unique experience that allowed me to further myself and also further those around me. Montevallo not only offered me the academic assets that I needed, but they offered the family, the soft skills, the other skills that I needed to learn in order to be successful and a strong professional in the future.
If it wasn't for Montevallo and being small and the people that are here and the advisors that are here and the professors that are here, I would not be where I am and I would not be as successful I am because they have done everything they can to help me do what I need to do and get what I need done to succeed and become who I want to be.
Hit 7 threes last time we played them, so we went like 7 to 10 too, wasn't it?
When did we start doing this?
We've had the ability, we just haven't been doing it. Let's check the stat sheet. What was the final of this ball? 8-1. 7-5. Whitley started, and they went to Mattis, and then went to Potts. And last night I saw was Theodore. I got
You working anything this weekend? You working anything this week? We head out of town Saturday. I can't really commentate golf, so.
Yeah, sorry, because you have to like move with you.
Exactly.
You can like social media it.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah. Hello and welcome back to Trustmark Arena. Austin Gates here alongside Brett Batchelor. Montevallo leading the Valdosta State Blazers 29-26. Brett, what did you see in the first half?
You know, we saw good defense, I would say, from the Falcons. Valdosta State, the best team offensively in the conference. Falcons held them to 9 of 32 shooting, just 28%, and held them to below 20% from 3. And Valdosta State's a good three-point shooting team as well, so good aggressive defense is what led the Falcons to this lead so far.
Valdosta State is averaging 95 points a game, and they scored 26 in the first half. So big-time defense from the Falcons, as Jamar Gilbert will get us started and give it to Curtis, who pulls up and knocks down.
Jeremiah Curtis, so good at those mid-range jump shots.
Yeah, the jumper from the free throw line. Bo Justice back out to and knocked down by Codet. He's now 1 of 3. But Chris Williams brings it forward.
Chris Williams leading all scorers, actually, with 13 points so far in the game.
Curtis back to Gilbert. Inside to Guidi. Goes up, and I guess it looked like it could have been blocked there by Codet. GOZ back out to Justice, wide open in the corner, misses it. And Gilbert has the ball go off of his face out of bounds. It will stay with Montevallo as a Valdosta player touched it. Gilbert will bring it forward.
Something we haven't seen a lot of from the Falcons this year. They've only taken 3 shots from outside so far this evening. So normally we'll see them just play smart basketball, but a lot of inside transition from the Falcons so far.
Williams goes in, gives it off. Jones goes in and puts up the layup, up and in. 33-29. GOZ gives it off to Morgan. Guidi blocks it.
Again, Julio Guidi having one of his better defensive games of the season. A huge block there.
Third official block for Julio Guidi. They give off to Gilbert. Inside to Curtis. He backs his defender down, puts it up, misses it. Guidi tried to put it back.
Great rebound.
Gets his rebound, puts it in. 35-29. GOZ goes in, puts it up, misses it, but it is tipped in by Cadet.
Guidi tried to send that one out of Trustmark Arena.
Gilbert brings it forward. They give to Williams. Dribble back out.
Valdosta State not really playing a whole lot of defense on the perimeter right now. Starting to pick up that the Falcons like to take the ball inside.
Williams lost the ball, but it will go out of bounds. 8 on the shot clock. Jones will inbound it. They give it. Williams missed the inbound pass, but it was grabbed. And that one was online. Guidi with the rebound.
Great rebound by Guidi.
And now Gilbert will bring it around. .17 on the shot clock. Gilbert goes in, puts it up, misses it, rebound at Codette. Forward to Gioz. Goes up, puts it in. 2-point game. 16:52 left to go in the game.
Montevallo has played well offensively so far to start the second half, but if you think that they're going to run away from just a great offensive team in Valdosta State, then that's probably not going to happen. So the Falcons are going to have to keep putting up points on the board.
Tyler Bruff getting set to check in, and he's known for doing just that. He can put up a lot of threes quickly. And a foul on Chris Williams. That's tough. You foul their best shooter 90 feet away from the basket.
It's going to work for them in the best place, obviously.
Updike's going to check in for Chris Williams. So a lot of shooting ability out there with Updike and Tyler Bruff. Morgan brings it forward. KJ James now. You give it to Codette. Loses it and regained by Gioz. We give off to James. Couldn't have it cleanly. Goes up through contact and makes it.
Great ball moving by Valdosta State right there.
15:55 left to go in the game. Jones being guarded closely by Morgan. Bruff finds Curtis inside. Jones pulls up for 2. Misses it. Gioz gives it off to it's Justice. Back out in the corner for Codette, and he knocks it down. 38-35, Valdosta State has regained the lead.
Valdosta State has not really led for much of this game. In the first half, the Falcons led for over 15 minutes of the half, and the game was tied for over 3 minutes. Valdosta State only led for a minute and 10 seconds. So a lead that the Valdosta State does not have a lot in the game is exactly what they want here to get comfortable with it.
They give to Guidi. Bruff tries to go inside to Curtis, and it's taken away by KJ James. There's Codette again, misses that one. Rebounded. There's going to be a foul on Tyler Bruff. He was pulling away Bo Justice. A media timeout. So 14:43 left. Montevallo trailing by 3 now, and we'll be right back. Back at Trustmark Arena, Austin Gates alongside Brett Batchelor. And Deshaun Jones will bring it forward for the Falcons. Adencia. Bruff back out to Jones. Jones inside. Curtis goes up, puts it in. Cut the lead to 1.
Jeremiah Curtis now with 4 points on the game. He hasn't scored in a long time, but then again, we did see him sit for most of the first half due to early foul trouble.
KJ James. Backs out, rips it around to Codette. Puts it up and misses it. Rebounded by Updike. And Jones brings it forward. Jones goes back, pulls it up from the free throw line, knocks it down. And the Falcons regain the lead, 39-38.
Falcons playing very comfortable in this game so far. You know, despite losing 3 out of their last 4, playing a good team like this, you maybe expect them trying to push a little bit more, but not so far.
Justice misses that one off the front iron. Jones with the rebound and will bring it forward.
Well, Justice, despite having 11 points, is only shooting 4 of 13 from the floor so far tonight. So despite having 13 points, not the best night stat-wise for him.
Adencia around to Jones. Jones into Curtis, who goes up himself, misses that one. Codette gives it to Justice. Justice inside to James. All the way out to GOZ for 3, knocks it down. 41-39, 2-point lead for the Blazers.
Some missed defensive assignment there by Bruff over in the corner. And against a team like this that's so well shooting on 3, you can't afford to have those.
Zach Jackson and Guidi get set to check in. At 10 on the shot clock. Jones goes in and it's blocked by KJ James. So Curtis and Medencia will check out. Zach Jackson, Julio Guidi check in. 12-10 left to go in the game. GOZ brings it forward. Williams will get set to check in. Shiflett gives it off to Justice. Shiflett again. 6 on the shot clock. Zupas around to GOZ, who pulls up for 2. And they call him for the foul. They call Jones for the foul with 1 second on the shot clock. 11:44. So another media timeout. So we'll take a break here with them. We'll be right back on Montevallo for you.
Please welcome your UM dance team.
Back at Trustmark Arena. Montevallo trailing 41-39 with 11:44 left.
Tell him I said that. Let him stop worrying about me. Let him stop worrying about me. Hey!
And GOZ misses the first free throw. A little back and forth, a little friendly back and forth here between the coaches. 11:44, GOZ makes the second. 42-39. Chris Williams brings it forward for the Falcons. The 5 on the floor for the Falcons now. Chris Williams, Zach Jackson, Tyler Bruff, Tyler Updike, and Julio Guidi. Bruff to Updike. Back to Bruff. Into Zach Jackson. Back to Updike. Goes back to his right. Gives it to Zach Jackson. Jackson goes in. Back to Williams. Nice little cut down play. They just kept cutting them down until they got close to the basket.
That's the way the offense has been working so far this game. A lot of cuts, a lot of moving the ball around and just trying to find whoever the open guy is to get the ball inside the basket.
Tries to go inside to McBride and cannot do it. And Williams to Bruff for 3. Short. Rebounded by McBride.
That's Brush's first three-point attempt of the game, but probably not his last. Loves
Justice
to shoot the ball from deep.
knocks it down for 3 with Bruff right on him.
Right in front of Bruff's face.
45-41.
Well, Justice now with 14 leading all scorers on the floor.
Bruff goes to his left.
Gets trapped.
Finds Updike for 3. Right on line. And a foul on Chris Williams.
Montevallo foul to Chris Williams.
That's his third.
Third team foul.
Hey, guys, stop!
GOZ brings it forward for the Blazers. Shiflett in as well. Justice to give to Justice. GOZ. Shiflett to Justice in the corner. Gives it to Zupas, who tries to reverse. Can't get it. McBride. This is... They bring it forward to Deshaun Jones. Leaving Zach Jackson alone beyond the arc. And Shiflett will be called for the hand check.
It's his first personal.
First personal on the second team foul.
Falcons have attempted 5 threes so far in this game, only making 1 of them. So if getting the ball inside is going to work it, that's what you would expect them to keep doing. But to get a lot of points on the board, you expect maybe some more threes.
Jones tries to put that one in, but can't get it to go. Back to Guidi. Zach Jackson puts it up and in. Smart pass there by Guidi. GOZ. Justice. Guarded tightly by Tyler Bruff. Zupas. Back to Justice. 13 on the shot clock. And a blocking foul on Tyler Bruff.
Montevallo foul 12, Tyler Bruff. Second personal, 14 foul.
2-point game. GOZ will inbound it on the baseline.
Oh.
They throw into McBride and he missed it, but Guidi fouls him on the way up, so he'll go to the line.
First personal on the 15 foul. Justin McBride chooses 2.
Makes that one. McBride hit the first free throw and hits the second.
Despite being the tallest man on the court, that's only his 4th point of the days. The Falcons have done a good job of shutting McBride down throughout this whole game.
Jones brings it forward, guarded by Shiflett. Jones pulls it up from the free throw line, misses off back iron, rebounded by McBride. Giozy goes in and a charge on Giozy. And Curtis will get set to check in.
Offensive foul. Slade Giozy, first personal, third team foul. Jeremiah Curtis returns for the Falcons.
Winston Morgan will check in for Giozy. Jones will bring it forward, guarded tightly by Shiflett. Gives it to Zach Jackson. Hand off to Jones. Puts it up, misses it.
Oh.
An offensive foul on Justin McBride. This is his third personal.
You know, with Chris Williams being in foul trouble here and not being able to get in the game, they're going to have somebody take the ball inside and do what Chris usually does, and that looks like that's falling in the hands of Deshaun Jones.
Right. Give it to Deshaun Jones. Jones waiting. Falcons running a lot of clock here. Have been all quarter. Miss Greedy with the rebound. Gives it to Bruff.
Falcons are really missing some offensive scoring right here. Not having Chris Williams in the game, not having Jamar Gilbert in the game, not having their guys usually facilitate the ball to get it inside.
Falcons really trying to wind the clock and keep it a low-scoring game. Feel like they have a chance if it's a low-scoring game and not letting them run.
This Valdosta State's not a team that you can run up the scoreboard with. Another rebound.
Guidi with the rebound. Puts it in. 47-45, two-point game. Giozy back in. So he has it now on the wing.
Falcons are going to have to be careful about when they score. Valdosta State's going to push the ball down the court, so the Falcons are going to have to stay heavy and alert on transition defense.
KJ James wide open from the top, misses that one. Rebounded by Jones. He goes up. Bruff wide open for three, knocks it down. 48-47.
A huge three-pointer from Bruff. That's exactly what we know he can do. Tyler Bruff can get wet from three, and we said earlier that we'd expect to see more from him, and that's exactly what we've gotten.
It's a media timeout.
An official timeout on the floor to wipe up some moisture that was down there, and it will be a media timeout. So 48-47, Montevallo has regained the lead with 7:04. And what are you looking for here later in the game? You got to expect Chris Williams coming back with only three fouls. So he's got two more to give if he comes back in.
I think you have to look at smart possessions, smart offensive possessions. You know, the Falcons have been cold here these last couple minutes. So if you take smart shots and you find the open guy, that's the way that it's worked for the Falcons to get points on the board tonight, and that's what they have to continue to do, because against this team, they can't run up the scoreboard and they can't force up crazy shots because of how well Valdosta State shoots the basketball.
So 7:04 left. How long are you waiting until you put Chris Williams back in the game? He's had a great day so far. Not huge scoring, and he's only 5 of 11 for, let's see, 5 of 12 from the field. But he's got the most points for the Falcons with 15, most points in the game with 15.
I think you probably wait until about maybe the 6-minute mark I think if you go past the 6-minute mark, it's stretching it a little bit because he's one of your better scorers, especially in transition. He's such a good facilitator of the basketball, offensively and defensively. Defensively and getting the steal and pushing the ball back down the court. So I think probably around the 6-minute mark is when you put him back in because that allows him to get comfortable late in the game.
Montevallo only 2 turnovers here in the second half. Huge for them to keep this success. They've also out-rebounded Valdosta State, 34-27 so far in the game. KJ James. That one missed. Rebounded by Guidi. Guidi's 2 points away from a double-double. That was his 12th rebound.
Expect the Falcons to continue to take the ball slow up the court like we were saying earlier because they can't run up the scoreboard with Valdosta State, so taking their time and keeping a low-scoring game is what works for them.
And the Falcons shooting 43% from the floor. And Curtis puts it in, 50-47. Really efficient here so far. Montevallo outscoring them in the paint, 36-16. James goes in, back out. Codette for 3, knocks it down.
This is really pretty shot from Valdosta State there, and that's exactly what we said earlier again. This is a team that will not go away.
3 for 7 for Codette from beyond the arc.
Exactly, they're first in the conference for a reason, so they're not going to go away.
Yeah. Tied at 50 with 5:53 left to play. Jones gives it to Curtis, back to Jones.
Great pass.
Jackson goes up, tries to throw it down, but got fouled. Jackson wanted to throw that down with a vengeance.
Which he's known to do, by the way. Yeah. Jackson can put some big ones down.
Zach Jackson only a 51% free throw shooter and misses the first one.
That was almost a huge dunk by Jackson, but a big part of that play was the look from Deshaun Jones to get the ball to Jackson in the first place. A great pass through the middle of the court.
Misses that one as well. Rebounded by Curtis, who tries to put it back up through contact. And now Morgan has it.
Chris Williams finally checking back in here now for the Falcons.
The 22 on the shot clock. Can't figure out how much they want on the shot clock. Justice goes to his right, goes up, puts an easy lay-in in.
Made that look easy.
Oh, got it.
You're trying to keep him off the three-point line, and you're doing that effectively, but he can run in and make a layup as well.
He's really shown his speed on some of these plays getting to the basket so far.
Valdosta State with the 52-50 lead. Williams gives it to Jones. 5 minutes left. Williams goes in. Layup with the right hand,
exactly
easy.
What you look for Chris Williams coming back into the ball game. He's the guy that you have to do this, so you don't have to trust on Deshaun Jones to do that anymore because Chris Williams is your guy. He's your guard to take the ball inside.
GOZ gives it back to Justice. KJ James. James goes in. Gives it off to Codette, who lost the ball but grabs it back and puts it back in. And thrown out of bounds.
Off of Curtis.
Off of, yeah, Curtis. So 52-52.
Really starting to feel the tension from both benches and both fans, both coaches of here. Everybody knows here in Trustmark Arena just how big of a game this is for both teams.
And knocked it down, Winston Morgan. Williams goes in.
That's a foul.
Got fouled.
Valdosta State foul, 20 KJ James, third.
So Williams will shoot 2 from the line.
If you're the Falcons, though, once again, this is the guy you want going to the free throw line, the most reliable free throw shooter on the team.
Knocks that one down, 55-53. So 3:58 after Williams misses that last one. And knocks that down as it rolls around.
Two
58-53.
Two big threes for Valdosta State these last 2 possessions, giving themselves a 5-point lead. It's exactly what they're looking for late in the game. It's what the Falcons are not looking for.
Winston Morgan knocks down his quota for today.
Now Valdosta State getting very aggressive now.
Fouled. So immediate timeout, 3:21. Yeah,
Michael
tough
Fuller
fall
got
over
taken
here.
out over here on the bench.
He's already got a torn ACL. Don't need to hurt him any worse.
He's somebody that the Falcons actually might have missed this season. He would have been a good
Huge.
guard. He was good as a freshman. Would have had a great sophomore year.
Yeah, lights out from 3. He came off the bench 3 separate times and had 18 points last year off the bench. He was huge for the Falcons last year. So that is somebody they are missing that would make them a lot better this year. So down by 5, 3:21 left. Falcons not out of it by any means, but this is a dangerous scoring team they're playing against. So immediate timeout. We'll be right back here in a moment. So Curtis will shoot the 1 and 1. 58-53, 3:21 left.
It's Curtis's first trip to the line tonight.
That one misses.
Falcons have missed 3.
They're shooting 2.
They've missed 3 of their last 4 free throws, though, something that you're not usually accustomed to seeing from this team. And it's really making the lead for Valdosta State seem a lot larger than what it actually is.
This is the first off the front iron. KJ James with the rebound. And now Winston Morgan will bring it forward. Winston Morgan 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. Bo Justice. Justice only 5 of 15 on the day. Codette for 3, misses that one, rebounded by Guidi.
Falcons have no time now to slow the ball down on the clock.
Guidi gives it to Jones. Jones will push forward. Goes up, out to Bruff for 3. Knocks it down.
Huge. Big 3 from Tyler Bruff in the corner.
2-point game now. And Morgan brings it forward. Justice, guarded by Chris Williams. Morgan backs up, pulls up for three, misses that one. Foul on KJ James.
Fourth personal, 18 foul.
That's the fourth foul for KJ James.
It'd be really nice for Curtis to make these two. Tie the game up at 58. I think it makes
With
it
2:20 left.
Makes it a much less nerve-wracking scenario for the Falcons there to tie it up, or at least be down by one.
Yeah. Knocks down the first. (58-57). Zach Jackson getting set to check in. Misses that one. Rebounded by GOZ. Winston Morgan bringing it forward. GOZ hands it off to Justice. Back to Morgan. Jones shadowing him now. Justice goes to his right.
Falcons can't give anything up here, and that's
And a
exactly
blocking foul
what they do.
on Chris Williams. That's his fourth.
Bo Justice is just so fast, though.
With 2 minutes left, that's his fourth personal. Curtis will come off.
Falcons going for more speed, more, I guess you could say, agility, and more shooters here late in the game, because that's exactly what they need.
Justice at the free throw line. Good defense there by Chris Williams. Rebounded by Guidi. It's Guidi's 13th rebound. Out to Bruff. Dribbles in, back out to Williams. 7 on the shot clock. Williams pulls up for three, misses that one, air ball.
Bad. Not the smartest shot from Chris Williams there.
And Coach Young is livid. Justice.
Great ball
KJ James.
by Valdosta State.
Quick rotation there by Zach Jackson. Justice, back out.
Great ball movement.
Kodette. And Jackson left his feet, and Kodette knocks it down. The clock didn't stop, no timeout. With 57 seconds left, Falcons down 61-57.
Nobody touch the ball. You can't, don't start the clock because he's screaming.
Officials working. Actually, Valdosta State was confused because the clock was not started yet because nobody had touched the ball. They thought the clock should have started. However, though, the clock should not have started because nobody touched the ball. So now a second and a half come off the clock after Deshaun Jones touches it. And the clock system is correct. The officials now just trying to figure out what all is going on between trying to make sure both teams and both coaches know what's going on.
Yeah, the Valdosta coach did not see the ball rolling, so he was complaining, and so confusion there. Jones goes in, got it blocked. Threw a lot of contact, though.
He had another hole open that he just didn't see.
A timeout by Valdosta State. 42-5 left in the game.
No.
But
a foul.
They're saying they didn't get the timeout.
A foul was called.
So a foul was called.
Hey, where are they on the floor? There's no timeout. 1-1.
A lot of confusion going on here these past couple minutes. No foul by the time it is called.
The no foul, he called the timeout. So now they're giving him the timeout.
We heard timeout called from one of the players, but we also heard timeout from the coach on the other side of the court. A lot of confusion these last 15 seconds.
Start timeout, Valdosta.
First call, timeout.
Becomes the immediate timeout.
What?
So immediate timeout. A lot of confusion here.
lot of
So we're going to take a break and figure it out, and we'll be right back.
What's going on?
He got the timeout.
They gave the timeout. Okay.
No foul. And first call timeout is immediate timeout.
Okay. Seriously.
Yeah, they took the foul off. Yeah, the foul is out. Yeah, on the board. Yeah.
Probably the best free throw shooter on their team.
Winston.
Montevallo foul 10 to Sean Jones, second personal, 17th.
With 41-7 left to go.
Valdosta State shooting 9 of 10, 90% from the line so far. So the Falcons are going to have to keep fouling, but when they get the ball back, they're really going to have to start producing some offensive points.
So a 4-point lead right now for Valdosta State. Morgan misses it, rebounded by Guidi.
Falcons cannot waste any time here, though.
Jones goes up with the right hand,
Good.
knocks it down.
Huge.
Timeout, Coach Young, 34-3 left. So full timeout.
I think right here, the Falcons, you would maybe expect to see a foul, but I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see a foul right away, immediately try and force a turnover, and then if a couple seconds go off the clock, then that might be when you foul them.
They just put Tyler Updike in, which I think confirms that they're about to try to foul, get somebody in there with without foul trouble.
Still a 1-and-1 though, so if you can get them, if you can foul the player that you want to foul and get the right guy for the Falcons to the line, the wrong guy for Valdosta State to the line, and that plays right into what you're trying to do.
Right. So 34-3. So would you foul or would you try to force a turnover?
I think that if you can get them to inbound the ball in the corner and trap him and maybe force him to use a timeout or throw an errant pass, then I think that you try and force a turnover. But if they get the ball inbounded to the middle of the court where you can't trap him at all, I think you have to foul right away. There's only 34-3 left on the clock, and it's a 2-point ball game. They just missed a free throw, so honestly, you never know what's going to happen in pressure situations.
All right, GOZ will inbound it for Valdosta. Everybody in the front court. For
right there, now you got
KJ
foul.
James. So they foul James.
James is 2 of 2 already from the line, though, so far tonight, so probably not the guy the Falcons wanted to foul.
KJ James shoots 1-and-1.
32-4. It is just a one-on-one, so if he misses this first one.
Crucial for the Falcons to get the rebound, though.
Coach Young does have 2 timeouts left.
No
he
good
misses
again.
that one. Rebounded by Jones. Jones will bring it forward. 28 on the game clock, 25 on the shot clock. Jones goes left, goes
Good
up.
move. Good move.
Knocks it down.
Great
Tie
move.
game.
No fouls now, but the shot clock is off.
Tough defense. 17 seconds left. 15, 14. Winding down to 10.
Under 10.
Winston Morgan has it. They give to Justice. Justice, step back. Good defense by Bruff.
No good.
Misses
No
it.
good.
Puts
No
up.
good.
No shot. No shot. Overtime.
Huge for the Falcons.
So big defensive stand right there for the Falcons, and we go to overtime. Both games these two teams have played have gone to overtime. Last time they went to 3. So you never know what to expect. 2 pretty evenly matched talent-wise teams, and the last one much higher scoring as it was wound up 139 to 135. This one only 61.
Falcons 0-2 though, so in this season in overtime. Lost
Right.
to Valdosta State and the loss to West Alabama. They tend to not score as much in overtime. So, but still, to even take this team, who's first in the conference, a team that nobody expected them to win this game for the Falcons-wise, take this team into overtime and have a chance to win for a big conference game is massive for this team.
Huge, and there was the replay of that Deshaun Jones bucket at the end as we get stats from regulation. So at the end of regulation, Chris Williams has 18, Deshaun Jones with 12, Julio Guidi with 15 rebounds, Jimmy Cadet with 16 points, along with Bo Justice with 16 points. The Blazers are shooting 36%, Montevallo shooting 46%, so Montevallo 10% better from the floor tonight.
Falcons have 7 of their 8 guys that have scored tonight. So good ball movement in transition and just assists and everything like that. To keep doing that in overtime, keep the ball moving around. And that's what's going to help lead to a victory.
And poor free throw shooting for the Falcons today. That's contributed a lot. 6 of 13, only 46% from the free throw stripe. So Guidi will go up against Cadet.
Another whistle before the ball is even tipped.
Guidi tips. Jones. And Montevallo wins the second tip of the day. So Jones brings it forward. Goes to his right, gives it to Chris Williams. He hands it right back. Jones goes. Tries to go inside to Guidi. Does. Guidi can't really control it, so he winds up all the way back at the midcourt stripe. 5 on the shot clock. Jones goes up.
Great rebound.
Curtis puts it up and in.
Great
63-61.
It's Curtis' 3rd rebound of the game with 9 points now.
To KJ James, Cadet, Winston Morgan. GOZ dribbling around. 4:14 left to go in OT. Put it up and in. GOZ, beautiful move in the post. Tie game 63, 4 minutes left to go in overtime.
GOZ in double digits now with 10 points, a 3rd Valdosta State player to do so.
Bruff on the wing, gives it to Guidi. Hands it off to Jones, pulls up from the free throw line, misses it. And Williams could not get in front of it to grab it. Actually, it's going to be Montevallo ball. Williams gives it to, or Jones gives it to Williams. Going flat, isolation at the top. 10 on the clock. Double screen.
Got to put the ball up. 3 seconds.
3, 2,
2 seconds. 1 second. Loses
and
it.
he lost the ball.
Not a good offensive possession.
Shot clock
from the
violation,
Falcons.
yeah. 3 minutes left to go. Tie game. Bo Justice. GOZ.
Good defense from
to
Chris
his
Williams.
left. Wide open is Codette in the corner, and he knocks it down.
Valdosta State has been money on wide open shots all night.
And Codette, that's his 5th 3 he's made. 5 out of 10, 50%. Bruff gives it to Guidi. Back out to Jones. Thought about it. Inside to Curtis. Curtis goes up and got it blocked. He gets the rebound. Gets up and it does not go. Guidi with the rebound and puts it in. Justice to GOZ now. Bruff goes under the screen. Williams tries to go over the screen. KJ James goes
Inside,
in,
good
easy
pass.
to Codette. And Bruff will get called for the foul. Thought he got all ball with 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
Montevallo foul 12, Tyler Bruff. 3rd personal.
So that's his 3rd. The timeout, Coach Young, will be a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout, Valdosta State.
(66-65). Valdosta State leads. A minute 50 left to go in overtime, first overtime period.
Falcons have to be careful on defense. They've missed a couple of defensive possessions, which has led to some wide open threes from Valdosta State, and we saw it again. That's how Valdosta State got their first points of the overtime period. So staying smart on defense while also staying aggressive as aggressive as you can.
Falcons also
what
one
they need
foul
to do.
away from the double bonus.
Exactly.
So the next foul the Falcons give up, they will be shooting 2 every time.
Jimmy Cadet shoots 2 for Valdosta State.
Jimmy Codette shooting 2.
That's no good. Huge.
And he missed it.
Big miss.
So now he'll shoot the second.
Falcons need another one right
Makes that one. They're down by 2 with a minute 50. Chris Williams brings it forward for the Falcons. And he'll give it to Jones.
Oh, Curtis was open inside.
Curtis
Jones
flashed
missed the
open.
pass.
Williams goes in, loses it back to Curtis.
Good move.
Puts it up and
Gets the
in.
roll. Gets the roll.
A minute 23 left.
Wouldn't be surprised if we went to another overtime here. We've already seen it once this season.
105, 13 left on the shot clock. And Bruff is going to get called with a foul.
That's his 4th.
I didn't see him reach out at all. That is Bruff's 4th.
10-team foul.
Really didn't see him get in the way. I mean, it couldn't have been a blocking foul.
No, not really sure what it
A little
was.
ticky tack right there.
Yeah.
Especially in an overtime game like this.
Exactly.
Game this tightly
High intense
contested.
conference game.
To call that. GOC misses it.
Big miss.
Makes the second. 1 point lead, 1:04 left. Williams grabs it. Gives it back to Jones. Jones goes in.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to get it inside.
Guidi.
Good pass.
Goes up, got blocked by Codette.
Falcons might have to start fouling here. Under 30 to go. Falcons have to get a stop here.
So they're going isolation.
Cannot afford an open three.
10 on the shot clock.
Good defense.
GOC.
Good move.
Goes behind the back. Puts it up. Loses it.
Falcons have a chance for the win. Here we go.
Jones.
Slow it down.
Pushes it forward.
Slow it down.
6,
5,
4, 3.
Give it. Oh, he stepped on the line. Oh, he stepped on the line.
Stepped on the baseline with 1:09 left.
Lost track of where he was. Stepped right on that baseline. It's a good eye by the official, though, to catch that this late in the game.
Updike will get set to check in because they'll have to foul. Zach Jackson will check in.
Falcons have to foul immediately.
A second 9, yeah. 1:09 left on the clock. So Falcons will foul immediately.
Or get a steal, put up a prayer.
Yeah.
Falcons have to make sure they're guarding all areas of the floor here. As you see Codette staying on the other side of the court, hoping they can get in a prayer. Good defense so far. Not able to get the foul.
Updike just missed the foul, so that will do it. So Falcons drop one here in overtime. 0-for-3 in overtime games this year. 68-67, not nearly as high scoring as the last game. What did you see in this one towards the end?
Just smart basketball from Valdosta State. Keeping the ball movement, trying to find the open shot, which is exactly what they did. And the Falcons just getting a little bit ahead of themselves, you know, stepping on the line, on the baseline there late in the game with a second left, just not really knowing where they were late in the game.
You see some emotional Falcons now. The last home game these Falcons will play, some of these Falcons will play, the seniors like Julio Guidi, Tyler Bruff, like Deshaun Jones, also a senior, Tyler Updike, a senior. Just a tough day for them.
Jamar Taylor,
who wasn't playing today. But, yeah, just a tough game for these seniors. The last game they'll play on in Trustmark Arena. And, man, because there's no chance they'll host a
conference game now.
Conference game. I think we're locked into the tournament because I believe that Lee beat UAH today. So that sealed our spot going ahead. So, but a tough game. So Montevallo locked into the conference tournament. after that Huntsville loss. In the game with 4 Falcons in double digits. Julio Guidi had a double-double with 16 and 10. So 18 and 6 for Chris Williams. 4 assists as well with him. 12, 8, and 7 for Deshaun Jones. He had one heck of a game. Just made the mental error there at the end of overtime.
Catching himself on the baseline, that was huge.
Yeah, tough right there.
Where'd the hat land, you know?
I don't know, but the Valdosta on the floor and the player kicked it off the floor.
So 68-67, that will do it here from Trustmark Arena. We'll see you next season.